vous étiez enfant, est-ce que vous étiez déjà un rêveur? Est-ce que vous avez toujours été un rêveur, quelqu'un qui s'échappe par les rêves, un escapiste?
Yeah, I dream all the time. That's I'm dreaming right now. But I just sort of wake up enough to function. Because if you're walking around in a dream, you bump into things. You know? So it's not possible. You have to wake up a little bit in the daytime. But I did read. I was looking for magazines to buy for the journey, and it's really difficult. Magazines about things that I don't really need to know. You know, how to dress on a beach. But there was also, I found a New Scientist, English magazine New Scientist, and they discovered, I don't know if you know an animal, the sloth. Do you know the sloth? It's a kind of, I think, a bear or something, some kind of bear. It's an animal that sleeps a lot. Okay, but it's a real animal, you know, that's what it does. But they found one that they monitored that had actually slept for over a year without stopping, of 367 days. I just thought, you know what, how does it get away with that? I would love that, you know, if there was some sort of species exchange arrangement, you know. Yeah.
Est-ce que vous avez l'impression que là où vous êtes, à Love, loin de Londres, loin de l'agitation, c'est d'une certaine façon une espèce de petite bulle que vous avez créée de bulle.
Yes. No, it's a really nice little town, but it's like a toy town. You know those, I don't know if you have them here, I suppose so, or you don't. The children's things where you have a train set, which goes round and round, and there's a postman and a policeman and a woman, you know, they were selling bread and a little station and just a simple little arrangement, you know, with a few trees and so on. And they go round and round, and our little town is like that, really. It's like Toy Town. I can just go round it, I get what I need, I get my vegetables, eggs, cigarettes, alcohol in the good old days. But it's really nice, and it's just friendly, and it's not like it's like imitation of town, of city, of adult life, of city life, but kind of reduced to an absolute minimum. It's good.
Vous avez chanté une chanson il y a quelques années qui s'appelait Alien. Est-ce que c'est une position que vous revendiquez presque dans l'industrie du disque, cette position d'extraterrestre?
Well, the title and the lyrics there are by Alfie, and I have to be careful what I say about Alfie's lyrics, you know, because you know, I have my own. When I'm singing something, I try to make it my own, but the intention behind the lyrics, I can't presume to know exactly. But there was a sense. I mean, originally, I think Alfie may be around. You can correct me, but originally it was simply inspired by watching swallows. Monde. Yeah. We were actually an extraordinary moment once where we have a hut by the sea where we watched a bunch of swallows. Everybody knows they do it, but we witnessed it one year, getting together and going up in a massive black cloud to go to Africa. And we sat there. We knew they were. It was very early in the morning. We heard this enormous noise, and it was hundreds of swallows all coming around, and we watched it. But it wasn't like a Hitchcock thing, it wasn't threatening. It was really nice. In fact, the opposite. You thought, lucky bastards going to Africa for winter, you know, people down the road and go to Barbados. And they were so excited, saying, yeah, it was the right thing. And we felt so heavy and stupid. But when they all suddenly, this chattering, in a magic moment, they all, I mean, there were really hundreds and hundreds of them. They all suddenly lifted, woof, in the air. And then it went off and slowly disappeared. And both me and Alfie, watching, noticed we were both in tears. I think this sense that, of course, they don't have a home in the sense that we think of it, a territory. They have the whole planet or part of it, and their identity is not, you can't say they're African birds or European birds, you know. They just do what they feel like, you know. And so, well, this is, I have a friend, Gilad Atzmon, who was born in Israel, but he actually decided to celebrate being an exile everywhere, and therefore at home everywhere, you know. And he actually did a record called Exile. He's made another one called Refuge. I don't know, I haven't heard that yet. But anyway, it's very interesting, just this sense of alienation as a positive thing, as a kind of freedom. Yeah. I mean, I just want to make records that I would like to listen to. And in fact, the way I work is, I look around to play a record, and I think, and you're looking through records, and you've got so many records. Some people do this with shoes. You know, I've got 20 pairs of shoes, and I don't want, but the one I want, I'll just have to go and buy some more shoes, that kind of thing. And I do that with records. But sometimes I want to hear a record, and I can imagine it in my head. I go, no, it starts like this, and where is it in this? Is it Jackie McLean? Is it James Brown? Is it and I said, you know what, I've got to make it, because if the record I hear doesn't exist, so the only way I'm going to hear it is if I make it myself. I am old-fashioned in the sense that, you know, the music I love is the music that I discovered when I was young, and I think it's a biological fact that you know, teenagers and children, their first experiences of art and life remain the most vital to them, you know. They take it all their lives. But it's so subjective, you know. There's no objective judge of which generation has more or less talent. It's not possible. Each one makes its own, each generation and each place has its own dialect, its own language, and makes its own art, you know. It's not subject of criticism. It's a fact. Of course it is. And I don't expect to enjoy or appreciate young people's art. I mean, I don't think I ought to. I don't feel obliged, you know, but I've got my own. I feel I like being old, because however, I see young people in the street, or youth people, or whatever, and I think, oh, it's nice. I remember being at that stage. But then I remember, but they've never seen Duke Ellington, they've never seen Charles Mingus, they've never seen Jimi Hendrix. And I think, poor kids.